As you know, we have been in discussion with the ACC for several weeks and months now, and we feel that we have come to a mutually agreeable settlement. Uh, as I understand it, the ACC has met earlier today and voted to approve the settlement, and I believe that Clemson is meeting at the same time we are, and I believe that they are going to vote to approve the settlement.
So what you're going to see represents a large paradigm shift in revenue sharing and conference exit with media rights from the world that we existed in before. So the first aspect is revenue sharing. This slide compares the current revenue sharing model, which is media revenue shared equally among the original member institutions, regardless of performance, brand, or viewership. If we move forward with the current proposal, the ACC would move toward a proportional viewership model on the basis of television viewership. A majority share of the base media rights would be placed into a viewership pool that would be distributed via 5-year rolling ratings average viewership model. That's important to us. That is very important that these are media rights and that they are earned by viewership. The viewership pool would be effective for the upcoming year, so we would immediately get to work on enhancing revenues through the viewership pool. Very important also is that it incentivizes program investment and on-field success. All of us know that in the push for resources in athletics, on-field success is in part determined by investing in your programs, and we're ready to do that, and this enables us to do that. Anyone who's watched any of our meetings in the past year knows that FSU has dug so heavily into our athletics finances, studied so closely the future of collegiate athletics and what that looks like, and that we've studied our own viewership. Not only have we looked outward at the landscape of collegiate athletics, but we've looked at what is FSU, what is FSU's brand, what does FSU bring to the media marketplace? So we have a very tight grip on what our brand is and what our viewership numbers are. And we know that regardless, year over year, our viewership is steady for decades. People watch us. Maybe they watch us, maybe they hate watch us, but they watch. As we all have been talking about for the past year, it used to be a monetary formula to withdraw from the conference. There was a fee. But what did that fee entail? We don't know. We did not agree about what the grant of rights meant, what the effect was, and it was disputed. Under this system, upon notice of withdrawal and payment of the withdrawal fee, a school who is exiting the conference would exit with its media rights unencumbered. That number is established for the upcoming year, and it reduces over time. It's been widely reported in the media in the last 24 hours. It does reduce over time. This provides clarity and certainty for each school to determine what its best fit is. And if there is a school that decides to withdraw, there's just certainty and clarity that wasn't there before. I would like to add one thing. Chairman, I've been notified that Clemson has ended their meeting on a positive note and authorized the president to complete the settlement and has adjourned their meeting.
Okay, great. All right, so all in favor of the settlement, or let's say it this way, anybody opposed to the settlement? Okay, seeing none, it passes. So Carolyn, as I understand it, we're probably going to finalize all of these documents, and everybody's agreed that it's going to be within 30 days to get all the legal documents done and finalized, but that this is planned. All of these changes are going to kick in this coming year. There's no delay on that, but we do need some time to finish up the final agreements, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Again, I so appreciate all the hard work that got put into this. Couldn't have happened without Chair Collins, who has just been a great partner, part of the team, and helped us in so many ways. Carolyn, amazing job. She did a lot of the heavy lifting and interfacing, and AD Alford as well. So the four of us spent a lot of time together, and also the four of us often didn't necessarily, we have to work things out, and it was a great process, and I'm so proud of how we were able to manage through all that, and I just appreciate. Our attorneys were phenomenal. You all were amazing. Maybe I'll leave that to Carolyn to thank them. You all did everything right as far as I could tell, and really helped us to break down some of the ironclad nature of some of this, and helped us get leverage to which was helpful not only for Florida State but for the entire ACC league. And I think you deserve a lot of credit. So I just appreciate that so much. And
I told you in the closed session I was going to leave my thank yous till the open session, because I think a mentor once told me that gratitude without the expression of gratitude is no gratitude at all. And I sincerely thank you for your leadership in all this, your passion and your boldness and your vision. We wouldn't be here without you. The same is true for the president, President McCullough, General Counsel Egan, AD Alford. I'm personally, as an alumni and an ex-athlete, just grateful for your willingness to step in and fight for our best interests. And I'm also just extremely grateful for Seminole Nation as a whole. I'm sure, like you, I got hundreds of emails and text messages and phone calls from friends and people I didn't know over the last 14 months, encouraging us in this journey. And I'm proud of where we've landed. You know, we made some commitments 14 months ago that we would do everything in our power to ensure that we could compete at the highest level. I think we've done that here. And, we also, made it clear that we were willing to seek, a new home if something drastically didn't change. But the good news is that things have drastically changed since we had that conversation for our benefit. And there's been a lot of work done. And so everything, what has happened within the ACC, which is incredible, to outside of the ACC and just college football in general, with revenue sharing, which I know we are fully committed to max out on, to $450 million of facilities that we're building. And so I just want Seminole Nation to know that the future is bright. I am extremely encouraged. And I'm confident that we will remain one of the top athletic brands in the country for decades to come. And I wasn't that confident 14 months ago. So I just commend the entire board, the entire organization for getting to where we are today. And net, I think it's a really great outcome for everybody involved.
I just want to say thank you. I know there's been a lot of hard work for a lot of people. Nothing is perfect when you come to a settlement. So I know that for some of our fans, they had other ideas, but I know that with the hard work in the last 14 months and us thinking through, this is the right thing for Florida State at this time. And it gives us exactly what we need for our future. So thank you for all the hard work, for all of us here on the board. I know this has not been easy, but thank you for our lawyers, both in-house and out-house, because I know without them, we can't do this, and for Peter and the president and your leadership. So thank you. Glad to see this day come.
I too want to thank the president. He's right. We didn't always all agree, all four of us, AD Alford and Carolyn, but we all agreed on one thing, that we had to do something, and it had to be a positive outcome for Florida State. And I agree. I share Drew's and Vivian's sentiments that, we're way better off than where we were 14 months ago, when we were being told we had no options. And now we have options, and we have a good fit, I think, for the conference as well. I think this is going to make the conference better. I think it's going to incentivize people in the conference to really invest, and for the conference to grow. So it's about Florida State for us, but it also is about the entire conference. This is good for Florida State. This is really good for Florida State. And I know there's still a lot of people that don't have a lot of details, and those details most of them will come out. But um, when people learn more and not just what they hear anecdotally on the internet, um, they'll agree that it's a good outcome for Florida State. We wouldn't be here today approving this if it wasn't a good outcome for Florida State.
Thank you, Vivian. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, President. Thank you, Carolyn. I can tell you it's the four of us has been noted, has been tight together through this, and just great leadership by the President, Chairman Collins, the council, Carolyn Egan, for me, and just putting FSU forward. We started this path on what was best for not only FSU, but for the conference, as Chairman pointed out. And this really incentivizes everyone in our conference to have the opportunity to go out and choose a path. And that's what all we ever asked for. Also going to incentivize every team in the ACC and make the league better. It's going to draw more eyes to the league, which is very important. It's good for our media partners, and it's good for our conference. I want to thank the trustees for their support. It's a great day to be a Seminole, and I appreciate y'all's belief in our vision of where we're heading.